This is The Bridge. Welcome to your favorite weekly show. We bring live engagements, one-on-one interviews, and community Indabas. The Bridge, supported by Project Vote 263 and produced by the Summer Now, is a platform to close the information gap and foster engagement between the elected officials and the electorate. We talk about, discuss on artificial intelligence, democracy 2.0, good governance, transparency, accountability, self-delivery, and constitutionalism. Our focus is on the young people, women, and people with disabilities. Support democracy by liking, subscribing, and following our channel, The Bridge.
Your place be going up.
Mr. Mangoma is the Director of Vendors Initiative for Social and Economic Transformation, VSET. He previously served as the Executive Director of the National Vendors Union, Zimbabwe. So he works with people who are in the informal sector. Mr. Mangoma, can you come and give your presentation?
I trust my voice up. I'm so doing well because she's not going to be distracted. Yeah. All right. So let me start by thanking the organizers of this event for inviting me, and I think I have also colleagues from my office who have also joined this meeting. Thank you so much for inviting us. I think this is a very important meeting. Because I think when we have problems as a country, as communities, we need to share ideas and to see how we can address the problem. So the question that I'm going to be tackling here, or the topic that I was given, what is the role of vendors in promoting clean cities in line with the SDG level? These were the organizers. All right, so, but I think this question also is coming in the context of Chigwereche Koreka Chakawe Yandi. Tipasare do seven Maruta vending, Panasri vendor, Asima vendors, Mdemo, Moajo, they are Pasima vendors. So I think the reality for countries is that almost everyone, you may not be a vendor, but somehow you are involved in some form of informal trading. You know, kukia, kuturara, and indiso. So it has become a very important source of livelihood for many. I always give an example, young being, I'm a product of a mother. I got decided of the cross-border trade. ndikwanise kupedza my university education. And it means a lot to me personally when I see the disorganization, the violations that happen in the informal economy, my vendor, Sungwa, and so on. And I think that's where my passion comes from in terms of my decision to work with the street vendors, the cross-border traders, and others who are in the informal economy. So, in answering the question, I think I'm going to talk about three things. My first point is that, what does the SDG 11 talk about? The deeper perspective, and we want to make cities inclusive, safe, resilient, sustainable, and making cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. So local kubiranya iko not kuona the proliferation kana kuwanda kuita ma vendors in streets. And I think my response is kusiyana. The government on one hand ikuti the proliferation iri kukonzeresa kuspread kwema diseases. And I think some of you saw the Minister of Health and Child Care coming out saying we are giving Harare City Council an ultimatum, to lead the process here. You could displace or remove from a vendor on the streets because we want to deal with the health emergency. Yeah, correct. And we want to move we also have got a challenge here with local authorities. Have not been, and this is for a long time now, local authorities have not been able to respond to the surge or influx of vendors from our cities. And vendors are I'm happy we still have got someone from Harare City Council on the panelists. I saw Deputy Mayor, I think. Yeah, so I think this is a conversation that we should be having because we need a proper balance here. We cannot, and I always say this, we cannot prioritize the beautification of streets and the pavements at the expense of the lives of the people. You see, but we are not saying isusu sevano vari informal sector tofana kuonekwa chikonzeresa kupararira kwezvirwere. We can't be seen to be doing that. Would be very irresponsible. So every time pandinofonera pandinobatwa nemajournalists nevamwe vachibvunza ko muri kuzoona sei zviri kutaurwa kunzi budai mastreets, I'm always very careful to say no. Isusu we need to be careful as a country and to focus on wrong things. Chinokonzeresa korera chi, and because we need to go to the root. I don't think kuti munhu ari mustreet ari kutengesa mabhero, for example, munhu ari kutengesa airtime anga contribute to the spread of cholera. But we all agree kuti munhu ari kuita work nyaya dzefood anditika mafood items anogona kukonzeresa. Ndiri kuti anogona because kana uchishandira pane infrastructure, pane mvura, pane matoilets, machances ekuti iwo uspread cholera anenge ari very limited. And whose responsibility is it to ensure that we've got safe and potable water? Whose responsibility is it kuti tiwa tichishandira pane matoilets? Whose responsibility is it kuti tichishandira pane masheds? And so tikamira ipapo you realize kuti vanenge vauya ndodzokera point yeultimatum yaya, vanenge vauya nemaultimatum ema7 days aya probably vanenge vari misinformed or they are just being mischievous. Mavendors hapana munhu anoda kuspreada cholera. We all know kuti cholera affect everyone. Iwewe kana ukatoispreada most probably utori nayo futi antinouraya. So why would you want to go and deliberately spread cholera? So we need to be very objective as a country to say what are the causes, and then together what can we do to stop the spread of cholera. SDG 11 inotaura nyaya kuti macities edu should be inclusive. And what does it mean kuti inclusive? Isiti redu tese, Harare ndeyedu tese. handitika iri yedu tese imimi pamunoita planning dzenyu ndaona shamwari yangu munomu a renowned city planner pamunoita planning seHarare City Council are you taking into consideration kukura kukuita nhamba yevanhu vari muinformal sector handiti if you are not ndimi muri kucreate a problem because kana titi isusu 90% of the population is now surviving through the informal economy. Why are we not having markets achivakwa akawanda so that people are able to go and work in safe spaces? Budget yangaitaurwa naMangoma mukasi mari dzatiri kucollecta segovernment dzatiri kucollecta semalocal authorities ngadzichienda kuya kundovaka proper structures so that we don't end up accusing vanhu vari kutry kuita a living survive zviri honest. Hapana munhu atisaida kundoita roba, hapana munhu atisaida kubira vanhu, tatisaida kutengesa anditika so that I'm able to look after my family in an honest manner. And so we need to be very careful as a country kuti tinongo apportiona blame when we know that we are failing at the highest leadership levels. Councils they have failed to provide enough spaces for people to operate from. We have been involved in as an organization. My process is council. At some point, we actually help them to design a model market. And yokuti a model market ningenda say yokuti munanda utengesa banana anda utengesa numbi demarketing my streets edu so that we accommodate each other. We have been doing this since 2015 and the response is very disappointing. So I think I would say that Isusu Semabeda, we are committed to work in smart spaces. We are committed to ensure that we abide by my regulations and NEMA local authorities to keep my spread the matter. It's not cholera jet. There are a lot of other diseases and but we need to be honest to OSEMA authorities. We need to be deliberate in terms of how we use money that we collector. Someone was telling me kuti kumbare chete andika on a daily basis kuku circulate close to $1 billion andika mkenda kumagaba kuya kuna siya so kuna there is a lot of money and we know that there are people that are collecting money. It's unfortunate that we actually spend a council, but we know that the amounts we collect on a council is enough to build proper structures. We know that. We also now know that Kunima space barons are Kutora part of the money. That's a debate for another day. But council, what are you doing to ensure that you build proper structures and stop the blame game? It's our city tese, those not our SDG 11 day tese, and we should be planning this route to Takawanda, Tibatsarani, Tipasiti Zekuraram, city. I thank you for the opportunity.
In the city, as you are the one who are leading this association of vendors. And the second question is, do you have a culture exchange program with like-minded organizations to learn best practices and exchange ideas on how to conduct vending in a more organized manner?
All right. Yes. Thank you so much. I think I can speak for me. So, chekutanga tatakaita paka when cholera was first detected in Harare, and it's unfortunate that there are a lot of things that are happening to disturb even the flow of NEMA councils. I was called because no decision you could start out this town in Chichi. So I was called by Agari Mayor Big Ben. Ian Makon to say, you as informal traders, you need to come here. I think there was a committee that was about to set up, from my representative from the resident associations, cross-border traders, and some other development partners. Now that we have this disease, how do we respond? So they wanted to set up that committee, and they also wanted to listen to all the stakeholders that are affected to talk at this assembly. And we were there, committee cartoons, and then unfortunately for my development people get recalled, and sometimes my work committees where invite us to. It's also to develop what we call a normalization plan. which we shared by the then mayor, say this is what we propose should be done. One of the proposals we need to be closing some of these streets so that as council we are able to monitor speed, for example. These are just suggestions that we're giving. We're also available to help the council to do awareness raising, going to the communities to educate our members and other informal traders. This is a serious disease. We need to be working together. So at an advocacy level, we have been involved. My efforts are not only naming Harare City Council, but even the ministries that are linked to all these processes.
Thank you very much for the response. For those who are on social media or on Twitter and on Facebook, may you use this hashtag beyond the ballot and hashtag good governance, hashtag self-delivery, and tag at project 263. Those on Twitter, can you just check this social